Hey y'all, Carnivore Granny here. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going full carnivore with a roasted chicken that's so juicy, so crispy, and so flavorful. You'll want to make it every week. No veggies, no fillers, just pure golden meaty perfection. Let's get started. Here's what you'll need. One whole chicken, about 4 to 5 pounds. I'm using free range today. 3 tablespoons of olive oil, or you can use some spray like I am, or you can use melted butter. 2 teaspoons of coarse salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, or if you prefer lower oxalate, you can use white ground pepper. A teaspoon and a half of smoked paprika. I'm really just using this for color, so that's kind of optional. 3 garlic cloves smashed, and then I like to use a half a tablespoon of garlic powder, half a tablespoon of onion powder, and a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Now, to keep this full carnivore, all the spices are optional. If you just want to spray yours with some avocado oil or spread some melted butter on the skin of your chicken and then sprinkle salt on it, that's perfect too. So the first thing we're going to do is to completely dry our chicken with paper towels. This is the secret to the crispy skin. I like to do a lot of things in my sink because it tends to contain the mess. And I do take out the gizzards, the organs, and either put them in our food or give them to our pets. And I also tuck the wings right back here underneath themselves so the chicken rests on it nicely. And I will put this initially breast side down in my cast iron skillet. You don't need to put any oil on the bottom because the oil that we're going to put on the top will come down as it's cooking. I'm going to mix these spices up and sprinkle this on the bottom side of the chicken. I'm going to salt it as well. Now I'm going to flip the chicken over . And I'm going to cut up a Granny Smith apple and peel the skin and put it inside of the chicken. And also a couple of cloves of smashed garlic. You're not going to eat the apples, so hopefully if you're carnivore, you won't mind using them in your chicken because this ensures your chicken is nice and juicy and not dry. Next, I'm going to put the apple slices inside the chicken along with a couple of cloves of garlic. Now, the whole apple probably won't fit, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in as much as I can get in there. And you can sprinkle whatever herbs you would like. Like I said, I'm using salt, pepper, and an Italian blend that does include rosemary and thyme. It just depends on how strict carnivore you are. Okay, so we've got this chicken nice and stuffed so it will stay beautifully moist. And if you're keto or whether or not you tolerate spices is completely up to you what you use on your chicken. So now we've got our chicken flipped over, breast side up, and I'm going to spray it with some oil. You can also melt butter and brush it on, or you can use avocado oil and brush that on. But for simplicity, I'm going to set this in my sink, again to contain the mess, and I'm going to spray a light coating of oil on the chicken and generously sprinkle this side with our spice mixture as well. I do like to get it all over. Okay, and you don't have to use all the spice mixture if that's not what you want. But this is salt, pepper, black or white, and the same spices we used on the bottom of the chicken. Now, trussing your chicken is optional, but it does help it to keep all those juices locked in. I'm not going to truss mine because I like how it cooks more evenly. But if you're feeling fancy, you can tuck a few herbs inside the cavity for a subtle aroma. Remember, carnivore doesn't mean boring. It means flavor forward if you tolerate spices. So now I've already got my oven preheated to 425 degrees. And I'm going to place my chicken in the oven in the cast iron skillet, breast side up, and roast it for 20 minutes at this high heat to get that golden crust started. So I will let that go for 20 minutes, and then I will lower the temperature to 375 and continue cooking for about another hour, depending on the size of your bird. You'll know it's done when the thickest part of the thigh reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit on a meat thermometer. No guessing. This is how you get perfect results every time. So I will see you back here in 20 minutes to turn the heat down. Okay, it's done cooking for 20 minutes at 425. Now I'm going to turn the heat down to 375 and cook it for another hour. I'll see you in an hour. It is time to take our bird out of the oven. You'll know it's done when the thickest part of the thigh reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit on a meat thermometer. No guessing. This is how you get perfect results every time. Isn't she beautiful? I'm going to check it at the thigh. Perfect. Also going to check it at the thickest part of the breast. Perfect again. I'm going to let this rest for about 15 minutes, and then I will come back and slice a piece off for you. Once it's done, resist the urge to cut right in. Let your chicken rest for at least 15 minutes. This allows the juices to redistribute so every bite is moist and tender. When carving, you can always start by removing the legs and then the wings, then slice the breast meat against the grain. And don't forget, the crispy skin is the best part. So make sure everyone gets some. I would like to show you how juicy and delicious it looks, how crispy the skin is. For a true carnivore feast, serve this chicken with its own pan drippings as a dipping sauce. If you can see that, there's plenty of pan drippings, and sometimes that's all you need is a few pan drippings. Save the bones to make a rich bone broth. Nothing goes to waste, and you get another carnivore-friendly meal out of it. I did a video on how to make delicious carnivore chicken bone broth that I will link right up here somewhere at the end of this video. And there you have it. The ultimate carnivore roasted chicken. Crispy skin, juicy meat, and flavor in every bite. If you try this recipe, please let me know in the comments how it turned out. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a meaty masterpiece. I'll see you in the next one.